government's rationale for not wanting men living in a home where the women are receiving government assistance? Like, what's the government say
Well,
why they do what they do?
well, the government wants to be the father. This has all been intentional. Remove the father from the home so we can come in and we can take over. Make sure that the mother is not in the home, that the mother is working, maybe 2 jobs or whatever, trying to survive, so we can completely indoctrinate that child with whatever it is that we want to indoctrinate them with. So if the father is out of the home, which I think that the original structure of the nuclear family worked best for us. That's my personal opinion. The father is being the provider and the mother has the time to nurture. But when you have the father removed from the home and the mother working 40 to 80 hours a week, then what are we doing? We are sending our children to school every single day, Monday through Friday. And now that teacher has somewhat become the parent, and this school has now taken over the role of parenting. And what are they doing? They are teaching your children. They are indoctrinating your children 8 hours a day, Monday through Friday. And then when our children grow up and they're 16 and 17 and we're sitting across from them and we realize, you don't have the same morals I do. You don't have the same beliefs that I do. You don't have the same educational background that I do. It's because we haven't taught them. We've allowed someone else to teach them. We've allowed someone else to give them their beliefs, their morals, their structure. And we'll be sitting across from our child at 16, 17 years old and not even know who that person is. And I think that it has all been very strategic.
I know you come to this understanding later on in life, right? What would you do differently as a parent if you were a brand new parent?
Homeschool. I would have cherished my relationship with the father better and known how important it was for the children to be raised in a 2-parent home. I would have taken away the TV and the telephones and the video games. Anything that we give access to our children's minds can children, the first way that we learn is by modeling behavior. Children are going to emulate what it is that they see. What is it that your children are seeing and what is it that your children are hearing? That's most definitely what I would have done different. School, public school, definite no.
2 things I want you to elaborate more on, right? 1, nurturing the relationship with the father, and 2, the video games. Most people criticize the TV programs, but they don't necessarily speak about the impact of video games. So can you speak about what you mean more about nurturing the relationship with their father?
Well, the father is important. I think a lot of us as women and young women, we've looked at, this I don't need a man, this black feminism that has taken over. So we've gotten into these mindsets that we can just do it on our own and we don't need a man, even when we are raising young men. And so what we have done is forfeited the position of the father and the relationship of the father based off of our own selfish needs and gains. The father is just as important as the mother. If the father wasn't as important as the mother, then it wouldn't take a father and a mother to create the life. So if it takes a man and a woman to create the life, then most certainly we should believe that it should take a man and a woman to stabilize, maintain, preserve, nurture the life.
1, I'm glad to hear you say that because most women won't acknowledge that. And talk about why you would keep the video games away.
Video games. When I was a young adult raising my children, I realized that I allowed them to partake in video games because video games for me was like a babysitter. When they were playing the video games, I was able to get a break. I was able to work on some things that I needed to. It was a babysitter, right? And what I did not realize was the world that the video games opened my children up to. Especially now where they have all of this gaming and all of this streaming, you really have no idea who your children are talking to, what they're dealing with. And the video game world is it's another world, kind of like the world that we live in. So things that we have to do when it comes to monitoring our children, what they're watching, that stuff needs to be monitored too in video games. The exposure that they have in video games, these people have sex in video games, they do drugs, they rob, they kill, they steal. Another thing that's very important that parents need to pay attention to is the anime, right? Because your children can create a character. What type of character, right, are your children creating? I have a son who has decided that he wanted to transition at the age of 19. When I look back, I realized that every character he ever created was a female. When I never paid attention to that. It never dawned on me. I'm just like, what? I didn't realize that they are trying to make this world that is not a reality an actual